gonna make some ramen soup here. I've got glass noodles, I've got some celery, and I've got some authentic Korean beef broth powder. Threw a little bit of garlic powder and some pepper and some stuff. So got it on the stove, it's heating up. We got that little riser so the flame can breathe. We took the frozen cartridge out of the freezer and we refilled it in the propane tank over there. And we're running kerosene again today. Now I actually making a video to show all that I just talked about, but I didn't hit the start button, so here we are. Like a typical day, right? But anyway, that's okay. We got lots of other days. So we're using the pot from the pressure cooker because it's a great stainless steel pot. I got 2 of these. I can't pronounce the name. It's a Spanish company. It starts with M, Joram or something. I can't remember. But anyway, it's a really good, high quality. This is the one I think this is the one I burnt really bad last weekend with the corned beef, and I had to use every means available to me to clean it, which was oven cleaner, which was electric drill with a wire brush, with the Dremel with a wire brush, a scraper, literally everything. But we got it clean, so it's fine. But yeah, this thing's doing pretty good. We're still waiting for the pink version of this to show up, which is, again, it's another beat up unit that I got the pink paint in, and we'll get it all cleaned up and we'll modify it to use one of these cartridges. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. We got the bok choy here, which I'm going to, it's going to go in the soup, but I think I'm gonna kind of put some spice in there and do a little stir fry on that, and then I'll throw it in at the end just to kind of get a little bit extra spice. Put some of my favorite spices back in there, marjoram, savory, a little bit of sage, and then we'll get that thrown in there. I'm not putting any salt. I'm just going to depend on the broth. Today I think we're going to put some canned chicken in here. That's what I got. And yeah, so that's some pretty good soup. And like I say, I'm real happy with the kerosene lantern. It's not a kerosene lantern, it's a 220F, but it works just fine. All I did was take the cover off. I took the glass globe out of the way, and I used my brand new torch. I still have the other one, which I fixed, which is fine, but I got this one in. It's about 25 bucks. And so with the globe off, I just hit up the gas generator. It kind of warmed it up, and hit the mantles a little bit at the same time, and started to glow with a little bit extra fuel that was left over from the kerosene in there. And then I just cranked open the valve, and we're lit up, and gently put the globe back in there, put the cover on, put the bell little thing on there, and yeah, and, you know, I pressurized it pretty good. But yeah, it's very dependable with kerosene. I'm real happy with it. And kerosene is very stable. That's what I really like about it. Now I still have probably 3 gallons of white gas, and I've got a lot of unleaded gasoline. Not a lot, but maybe 5 gallons. My plan was originally to switch over to just unleaded gas, which I'm fine with. I know there's people who says, oh, it'll gum up your generator and all that stuff. I don't think so. I was watching, was it the old Coleman lantern channel, that guy. You know, he always rebuilds all the lantern stuff. Really nice guy. But he was doing some tests, and so far he hasn't really seen much difference. Other people, I read their comments on, because I did some research on other places, and they say, yeah, I've been using, you know, regular pump gas for years. It's not been a problem. And I agree. And I was running it. I don't really notice much of a difference. Does it have any other, a little bit more smell or anything? Not really. But I am really liking the kerosene. So we're going to have multiple fuels available that we can use, but I really think that you know, it's all what works for you. And for me, I'm comfortable using kerosene. I'm comfortable using leaded gas and white gas if it's available and I want to use it one day, which I do. Like say, I've got some left. Now, as for the Whisper Light MSR stove, I think I'm just going to run that one with pump gas. I think it's just fine for that. It's an outdoor operation anyway. I do have the, well, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to probably have to order another expedition kit because I've been using up the jets on that thing. I think that one the MSR will run on kerosene also, but I think it'd be just fine on, well, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, I think, I think I might try kerosene on that one. I think it would probably work. We'll see. I believe it says it can run. So yeah, anyway. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. Let's see how our volts are doing here. So we're at 12.2 volts right now. Where are we? 12.2. Yeah. Finally cooled down. So yeah. Just got that little bike light. It's sat for a long time. Why is it not moving? It's got like this, it's got a solar panel. And light. Oh, I know what the deal is. It doesn't like that LED bulb. If you put a regular incandescent light, it will power the solar panel on there and it will turn this, which is a pretty cool little desk. Pretty cool little desk light. But right now it has a little LED one in there. Where's it? So it doesn't like it. That's okay. All right. Let's go ahead and close this off here. All right. But yeah, I don't leave the inverter on. This also has an app. It has an app that I can check the voltage of everything. But what's very cool about this is that I can plug in. I got a really heavy duty extension cord. And at my house breaker panel, I've got I got a transfer station. And so I can plug in that really heavy duty extension cord to my solar panels battery bank with the no, it's not 220, it's 120. It'll come on here. 120. I can plug it in and it will pretty much power all the 120 devices in my house for a couple of hours. And I've got a I've got a really ultra quiet generator that I could plug in also. So I got multiple means to keep my lights on, especially if there's a power outage or a earthquake or something. And unfortunately, when I put the solar panels, well, I paid to have a solar system installed. I at the time, because I had to replace my roof, I didn't have enough funds available to put a Tesla battery or a battery bank that would allow it to continue operating if there was a power outage. But I'll tell you, it does provide for all the solar. The solar provides for the electricity during the day, and some of it goes back to the electric company, and I get a credit. So, it's okay. I figure down the road here, I'll throw in a battery bank if we're not raptured out of here and the Lord's got us still here. But for now, it's like kind of depend on this thing, and I've used it. I've had blackouts, and I've used my battery bank. I've got, like say, a couple of deep cycle batteries, and yeah, it worked just fine. Runs my refrigerator, runs my lights in the house, TVs, internet, all that stuff. It won't run my air conditioner, but I have. It's summer's almost over. I got to get this garage cleaned up. But I got this really nice swamp cooler, which sometimes, like when I was fixing the air conditioner, I put this into the living room, and it blows really strong. So that's my backup on there. And we have I've got a small heat pump, portable heat pump in our master bedroom. So use that. That will run off my battery bank there and there. So it's like, yeah, I've got some different options here. Anyway, I'll bring you back a little bit. I'm going to stir this pot, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right, bringing you back here. So I changed the plans. I went ahead and put the bok choy directly in because it's getting late and I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. Came home at lunch and I dropped the kids off. I went to work. I came home at lunch, mowed the front and rear backyards, went back to work, came back, and then we had a little bit of a lock fiasco issue, so I had to go and replace one of the locks and rekey it so it matches, and run down to Home Depot and everything, and get pizza for my son and give everybody baths and stuff. So by the end of the day, I'm tired. So it's like I told you yesterday, my axe handles that I bought for my little hatchets, they're from China, and it's a pretty soft wood. It's not that good. It's just fine for that little stubby axe. Where is it? Do I have it here? Hold on, bear with me. Where did I put it? Oh, I hung it up. Yeah. Sorry about it. Anyway, this guy. Yeah. So it's just fine for this. But I've got 3 more axe heads. Well, they're hatchet heads, sorry. Hatchet heads. They're not very big. They're just like that, pretty much. So I wanted to make them longer. And I don't think those ones I got are going to work very good. So I've got some eucalyptus trees just down the road for me that they had kind of chopped some stuff down. And even though eucalyptus is a hardwood, it's not good for axes because it's kind of brittle. It's a little unpredictable and it can splinter. However, for hatchets, because they're smaller, it's okay. So I'm gonna go down and harvest some of that eucalyptus, the branches, find a few good pieces there, and bring them back. And I'm gonna use those for my hatchets. And yeah. And then these ones I have here, I'll probably, I don't know, I'm going to find something for them to do. Probably I'll just get some other axe heads from eBay and make a couple more stubby. I do like this one as a stubby. I'm going to make a nice leather sheath for this thing, and it's great to hang, just hang, you know. And it's real small. It's just nice to do small stuff. I've got a nice couple of whetstones, so we're gonna go ahead and I just kind of pre-sharpen these with a grinder, and it's actually pretty sharp. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if it would cut paper, but it's pretty sharp. But I'm gonna go ahead and refine that. I'm gonna refine it, make it better. So I'll probably make a couple more stubbies. See if that thing will hang there. There you go. No, I had it in here just fine hanging. I don't want it to fall on me. I'm going to drill a hole at the bottom and put a loop of leather through it so I can just hang it. But come on, you can do it. All right. I can't read the brand on that. It's upside down. I forgot what it was. Anyway. Yeah, I got a couple of these little flashlights. This one here, I updated it with a, oh shoot. Oh no. I'm gonna relight that. I'll bring you back in a second here. All right, bringing you back here. So I actually ran out. I had rushed it when I had refilled it up. I probably could have let it sit for longer, but because when you're running this thing, it gets ice cold. It was real easy just to refill it. So it's all right. It is what it is. I got 2 of these little guys. Yeah, so let's see how this is coming along here. All right. But anyway, like I say, I'm going to get some of that eucalyptus. I'm going to make the axe handles for the other 3 axes. So one of the axes is like that stubby I showed you, and the other is a little bit different. The other 2 are slightly different. Yep. All right. Yeah, I tried to keep the salt down a little bit. I put it. It didn't have any salt in it, and that Korean broth isn't really salty. There's nothing really else to add any salt to it, so I did add just a little bit, but not much, just barely any. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we're gonna give it just a little bit more time here, and we're gonna call it a day. But the kerosene lantern is just awesome. And talk about just super dependable and so bright. The thing is so bright. You just can't beat that. I'm so happy with this thing. Look at that. It's just awesome. I watched the guy, and he was a collector, but he had it's a German brand, and it was for kerosene, but it was one where it's like just crazy. It's like what you would see, like literally a technology for a U-boat. This thing had a pressure gauge on it. It had this little preheater that, I mean, separate, that you pumped up, or I don't know if they were all in the same pressurized system or not, but you did this separate operation. It wasn't like a primer cup, that you fill with alcohol and light up or whatever. It was like almost like a mini torch on this thing, and it heated up that gas generator. You did it for like, I don't remember how, 90 seconds or 2 minutes or whatever, and then after that you crank it open, and then you to light the mantle. It's just crazy what you had to do to get this thing to light. But once it lit, it was really bright, and it had this really gigantic hat that was chrome. So I mean, the thing put out a tremendous amount of light. But this thing, I'm telling you, it literally took me 10 seconds to light. I just hit it with the torch gently on that gas generator. There was still a little bit of leftover kerosene in it. It lit right up. I opened up the valve, and that was it. We're done. I put the glow back on, put the ventilator, and put the little bell screw cap on there, and we called it a day, and that's it. We're done. It's like, it was over-engineered. This thing was like, it was like a U-boat, like on a U-boat. Open up valves and all kinds of crazy stuff. Just pure insanity. But anyway, there's a saying, as engineers have, it's the KISS method: keep it simple, stupid. And that's the truth. Absolutely true. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. All right, anyway, I'm going to call it a day. God bless you all. I'm going to take the soup in, and we're going to have a little bit of soup. We're going to wrap up the day. We're going to shut down. Let's go ahead and turn the light on here. And we're going to go ahead and shut this guy down. I got to have my daughter come out and name this lantern. I'm going to come up with a name for this one. I guess the torch, we'll call it red because it's red. And then the old one, where's the old one? Oh, there she is. Bubba. There's Bubba. You know why I named it Bubba? It's kind of like a, you know, a redneck type of, because I Jimmy rigged it. You know, I ran that wire outside and all. I mean, it works, but that's the only way I could get it to work, be honest with you. It works, but I had to do it. I had no choice. I tried all the, you know, fancy James Bond slick methods, soldering, and try to feed it all in there and add a little extension. I didn't pull the wire out. It was down here. I pulled all that out of there. I soldered in there with a little extension, and then tried to solder it in and put, you know, shrink wrap, you know, on there, and it's like, no, didn't like that. So like at the end of the day, the only thing that worked was to go and pull that thing out and refeed it in, and then wire tie it. But it works. So it's like, it is what it is. But it's so handy. This thing is like really, really worth it. So it's like, I'm really happy with these things here. So let's go ahead and put that one on off. It's on off. There we go. All right. All right. So we're gonna power that thing down. Yeah, our soup is ready to go. It's really good. Like I say, we all need to try to lower our salt intake if possible. I love salt, but it's like, it's not good. Like I say, I got lean chicken in here, canned chicken. We got glass noodles. We got our bok choy, our Korean broth from Korea, courtesy of Amazon. Using our Spanish pressure cooking pot with our awesome kerosene lantern. Yep. 220H. What's the date on this thing? It's too hot. I can't do it. I can't look. Anyway, we're going to call it a day. God bless y'all. You have a wonderful day. Look up for Jesus. This world is coming to an end. You don't have to believe me if you want, but I'm telling you, that's where we're at here. I've been watching for the last 4 years, and I'm telling you, watch Israel. If you're watching, Jesus will not come like a thief in the night. But if you're not watching, he will come like a thief in the night. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.